Welcome to Rebrand Bootcamp. We are going to rebrand our entire life, our entire way of being, so that by 2026 we can be the best version of ourselves. We're gonna get really shallow by decluttering and maybe doing some physical glow-ups, but we're also gonna go a little deeper and rebrand our routines and habits so that our life in general every single day is just a little bit better. And the best part about all this is I'm going to serve as a guide, as an example, but it's going to be personalized to you. So if you follow my steps, it'll be rebranded to be the best version of yourself. Of course, I'll give advice here and there, but instead of trying to turn you into maybe like the clean girl aesthetic, or maybe you want to be like an academic weapon, instead of pushing my own idea of a rebrand onto you, I'm gonna just be showing you how I rebrand and telling you what steps you should take. But the entire time, I'm gonna also show you how to personalize it to be whatever you think is the best version of you. I'm not trying to make you like me. I'm not trying to make you like a trendy TikTok girl like everyone else. The point of this series is to help me with this because I personally need it, and to serve as an example for you so that you can do it and be the best you. Hi, if you're new here, my name is geenalillian. Make sure to stick around and subscribe because this is just episode 1. We're gonna rebrand our entire lives together. And hey, if you like book content too, I do a little bit of both. Let's talk about the goals for this series. What do we want when this series is over on my channel? We're gonna go over those goals in just a second, and you guys are gonna kind of get an idea based off the goals what each episode of this series is going to look like, what you can look forward to, because in each episode we're rebranding a different part of our life. I'm gonna post a new episode of this series every Wednesday until November 19th. That will be the last episode, because the idea is that we can just kind of relax in December. I don't feel like December is the time to grind and get everything out. I feel like we want to do all that beforehand so that we can enjoy and be present and be in the moment with our families during the holiday season. But it will also help us just kind of automatically start 2026 off strong. But our goals are important because we need our rebrand to have a sense of purpose. I have done so many getting my life back together videos. Some have worked for a certain amount of time, some I completely fell off of as soon as the video was posted. But the difference between this series and a typical just getting my life back together video is that those videos, it was like, okay, here's my to-do list, let's mark all these things off, and then suddenly everything will magically be better. But I wasn't assigning purpose to being better other than I just want these things done. By creating these goals of what we can expect by the end of this series on my channel, both you and me, because like I said, we're going through it together, we are setting clear expectations and we're giving a clear why. Why are we doing what we're doing? What is the purpose? What is the point? That's what these goals are gonna do. Each of these videos are going to be vlog style because I want to be kind of an example. I'm gonna give like structured points and structured like to-dos for you to practice, and then I will show you me practicing those to-dos. So it kind of feels like we're holding each other accountable. It kind of feels like you still are on FaceTime with the bestie, but you both have this common goal. At the end of it, I want a full life rebrand for me, and I want that for you too, if that's what you want. If you're just watching this for fun, then like, hey, that's cool too. So let's go over the goals for this series. This is just the intro, this is just the beginning, this is just the inspo video. But my goals are gonna kind of lead you into what each separate video is going to be about. I'm not gonna spoil all of them, but if you're paying attention, you're gonna be able to tell what each video in this series is gonna be a rebrand of. So our first goal is to revamp our routines. My routines are so monotonous that it just doesn't feel healthy anymore. I think it is important to revamp your routines consistently, which you know is kind of counterintuitive to the word routine. I think having those routines and having like a set, I like to do this, is good. But sometimes we can just fall so into it that things feel a little boring. I think you need to switch things up every once in a while. Our next goal is kind of the biggest one, but is going to be kind of its own separate video. Just like I said, it become the best version of ourselves by the end of this year. To become the best version of ourselves, this goes into our routine. And that's another thing. Each of these videos is gonna kind of stack onto the other one. Also is really about falling into those habits and creating actionable steps to make your goals happen. Number 3 is to stop our phone addictions once and for all. I don't know if this is just a me issue, but it is definitely something that has been really on my mind. I recently did a vlog where I wasn't on social media for an entire week, and it was honestly one of the best weeks. I felt good the entire week. I wasn't anxious, and I have diagnosed chronic anxiety, so that was a plus. There were so many benefits, and then I stopped that video and I kind of almost just completely fell back into my phone addiction. Getting into more shallow topics here, we have to declutter our space, out with the old, in with the new. The next goal is to feel better physically. I want to feel better physically. This could be about like your looks, honestly. I'll probably get a hair appointment in this video, I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be Be the version of you that you feel the most confident in. Another goal is to live slower, be more mindful, which I feel like really goes into getting off of your phone. I feel like that is a huge thing, but there's a lot of other things you can do to live slowly, even with a busy schedule, because trust me, I am a full-time student and I have a full-time job. And finally, the whole point of the series is rebrand our entire life. It kind of give you hints about what each episode's gonna be about. Like I said, each episode is going to be more vlog style, but I am gonna have sit-down portions just like this that guide you through so that you can apply it to your own life and for what works for you, which is so important because we're all so different. Even people who are just like me have completely different life experiences than me. Even when we have the same personality, same interests, everything. Your life experience is gonna make this whole rebrand completely different for you. We're really getting introspective. We're really looking at our inner selves, not trying to be like anyone else. You can do the things I mentioned. You can do the things that I show you in the vlog, but it's gonna be more about following the steps to make what I do fit for you. We're gonna really know ourselves by the end of this series. So that leads us into the vlog portion of today's video. Like I said, we are about to get into the vlog, so you will see these steps kind of in my own personal life, but I really urge you to customize it for you. And I'll tell you how to do that, don't worry. Let's start off with some inspo on how to be our best self. For my favorite activity of the night, Pinterest. I do this daily. I do a daily Pinterest scroll. It is my favorite time. I don't always like light my candle and set the mood, but I try to when I can, and today like I had to. And to rebrand our mindset, we need to romanticize things a little bit, and this is how I'm romanticizing it. I put on cute cozy pajamas, I put on my purple light, I turned off all the other harsh lights, I made my tea, which is still piping hot. I'm watching it steam right now, so we're gonna have to wait for that. I lit my white pumpkin candle, and like my room just feels like so clean and cozy. The vibes are really strong. I actually have one rule for my Pinterest scroll, and it's that there are no rules. So I have my laptop here. We're gonna get started in just a second. Basically what I want you to do, especially since like the goal of our rebrand is to be done by, I would say the end of this year, but whenever you're watching this, the next like 2 to 3 months. Goal overall is to become our highest self within the next few months. So my one rule for Pinterest is that there are no rules. I want you to pin any pin you see that you think aligns with the highest version of yourself. I just want every pin that you pin on this board to have some sort of connection to you. It doesn't even have to have meaning. It just has to have a connection to you, a vibe. Like you see it, you like it, you think, oh, I want to emulate that, pin. Pin as many as you possibly can. Take your time, have fun. I do recommend setting the vibe the way I did. But once again, I want this series to like align with you. So like if you don't want a candle, if a candle's not your vibe, don't do that. Make it your vibe. Just set the mood, set the stage, make it fun, make it cozy, romanticize the night a little bit. Once we have our board and we are pinning without thinking about it, the only thing we're thinking of is like vibe and connection, then we're gonna get into our journaling. And I'll talk about that in a second. But let's start our cute little nightly Pinterest scroll. Brainstorm. I want you to go through all of the pins you just pinned on your Pinterest. I think I got like 20, and write down like literally just bullet points of common things you see. So this will be like part 1. We're not getting into like the full journal. For example, here are some of the pins I pinned. I see lots of like coffee. A lot of the color like brown, although that might be because it's fall when I'm filming this, but I have always really liked like that academic kind of style. I know this is like trendy and in style right now, but as my frontal lobe develops, as I get older, I've been like really drawn to like the whole concept of chic. So like for me, once again, a lot of very like chic things, lots of like lace, kind of a lot of like casual effortlessness. So those are all gonna be things that I jot down. I'm gonna just go through it more in depth and jot down my own things, and then we'll get into the prompt. So I would recommend having like 2 blank pages, and like on one side write your brainstorm, and then on the next side we're gonna get into like the prompt that I will be writing from. Of course, you can tweak it, you could just brain dump, you could do what works for you. Guys, I wrote 3 full pages. I wrote 3 full pages. I noticed I really focused on routines, which is not something I thought I would like think about too much. That is nice. That is like another episode in this series where we will be like revamping our routines and then like testing those routines out together in the vlog portion. So it's nice to kind of get this insight of like what routines I want to have and what I like. I noticed things about my perfect day with my highest self where like I wasn't on my phone. Like just writing the day out, I kept realizing like, wow, I still have more time. Like even if I do this one thing for an hour, I still have more time. And that's because normally my time is spent like on my phone. And I'm really not even trying to plug the series anymore. But that's literally already another episode of the series I have planned out. So it's good to know that my vision of myself, my vision for the rebrand, that I've already kind of like planned out since I know what videos are coming. It's good to know that the vision for myself that I am thinking of is really going to come to life. I wrote this as if I am at the end of my big rebrand and I just had like the perfect day in my life. So that is today's video, rebranding our mindset and the intro to our series. I already have episode 2 filmed and it is a fun one, especially if you like, I'll give you a little hint, decluttering and home stuff and getting rid of things and bringing new things in. That is what you can look forward to in episode 2. If you're new here, I'd love to have you subscribe and stick around. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and there's a new feature if you are on your phone or your desktop where you can hype the videos. So if you want to help me out and you want to help this series out on this channel, you can go ahead and click that hype button, which is so funny to say out loud. And with that, I will see you guys all on Sunday for our next upload, but if you're here for the series, I'll see you back next Wednesday. Okay, bye!